Welcome back. It's time to chat some North Dakota high school sports, and we begin with a team that has been creating a buzz all year in Class B boys basketball. Stanley High School was #1 in the first poll of the season, and the Blue Jays are still on top with an unblemished 13-0 record, but it hasn't been smooth sailing by any means. Jody Norstedt joins us with a look back at their hard-fought game over the weekend with 9th-ranked Shiloh Christian.
Thanks, Kelly. Games like this are just a lot of fun. You have two teams with very high expectations this season, a lot of success so far this year, and they played on a neutral court at the Minot Auditorium, so it almost had the feel of kind of a playoff game. Stanley is the team with the target on its back. They're an athletic bunch. Check out this dish from Wyatt Hansen to Caden Hansen. They're cousins. They've been leading the way for this squad. Caden is a 1,000-point scorer in the post. Wyatt is a super athletic 6'4" forward. He gets the N1 play here. He's almost up to 2,000 points. He'll be playing for Minnesota State Moorhead next winter. Look out for this guy, Macaulay Young, a 6'9" junior for Shiloh Christian, had 17 and 12 right before the half. Wyatt Hansen broke a 27-all tie with the triple at the buzzer. He led the floor with 20 points on the night. Give the Skyhawks credit, though. They kept fighting. Young, the big man, we showed him scoring down low. How about the range? The three-ball ties the game at 40. Then it's the full-court pressure on defense. Josh Lardy capitalizes right before the buzzer in the third. Makes it 42-42 going into the fourth. The Blue Jays used an 11-0 run to pull away down the stretch, though. Seth Hetzel finished strong. 19 points for him. Stanley gets the W, 60-51. Head coach Corey Anderson says it was a good test to prepare his team for the stretch run.
I think once both teams kind of settled down, I think it was a good battle. You know, possession by possession, good defense on both sides, good offense on both sides. There's a reason why we picked up Shiloh on our schedule, and it's because we know they're going to be a great team each and every year, and we got to play that type of team.
Now, there are just 3 undefeated teams remaining in Class B: Stanley, St. John, and Maple Valley. Let's switch to Class A boys hoops, and specifically the EDC. It's looking like a 3-horse race for the conference title right now. Davies is in first. West Fargo and Cheyenne tied for second. The Mustangs look good against Red River on Friday. Red River has had to shuffle its lineup actually after the departure of leading scorer Jordan Paulinese mid-season, but the Rough Riders still have some talent. Tommy Stevenson splashing home the 3. Later, it's Connor Richardson, a strong 6'5" post player scoring. A week from tomorrow, we'll have the Rough Riders hosting Devil's Lake live on Midco Sports Network in a girls-boys doubleheader. Tom Kirchhoffner's Mustangs are for real, though. Zach Westfall with a backdoor cut. Easy land. Westfall leads the EDC in scoring with just under 23 points per game. Cheyenne has a very good post player, too, and Kamal Hajarek, he's averaging 13 points, 11 boards per game. Mustangs really dominated this one, 93-71, extending their win streak to 5 games.
I think we're doing well, just like getting stops, running our offense the way like our coaches want it, and we're just looking for each other.
Right now we're guard heavy. You know, we only got one guy that's 6'4", and that's Kamal Hajarek. So we just got to rebound together as a team, all 5 guys, and once we get that rebound, we just got to take off. And we got shooters, so we just got to get guys in the corners, and I feel confident with the team that we got and the shooters that we have.
So Cheyenne looks to be the hottest team in the East with the 5 straight wins, while Century continues to be sizzling in the West. Of course, they had those buzzer beaters that we featured last week. They have 8 straight wins in the WDA. Let's head to the ice where it was rivalry night and a battle for first place at Purpur Arena on Saturday. Central and Red River, no surprise, played another instant classic. Remember, Red River won the first meeting in a shootout. This one nearly went that distance too. Rough Riders opened the scoring in the second. Sophomore Dane Montgomery tapping home a loose puck in front. The Riders were clinging to that lead, but Central gets a power play with 5 minutes left in the game, and Zach Murphy finds the back of the net here, forcing overtime. That was the only mistake Red River goalie Nate Bradbury made in regulation. He was outstanding. In the extra session, though, the Knights win it. This pass from Murphy is filthy. Right between the legs of the defender, Parker Stroh, backhand game winner. Central wins the Gambucci Cup for being the best in the Greater Grand Forks matchups this year, and they take over first place in the EDC in the process. We had another huge matchup on the girls' side. West Fargo and Bismarck, 2 of the top 3 in the standings, squaring off. Nobody scored in the first. Bismarck gets on the board in the second. Madison Swenson, the Blizzards' leading scorer, feathers it past Brooklyn Mervick for a 1-0 lead. But that was the only puck that got past Mervick. The junior was dynamite between the pipes. She makes a stop here, ends up collecting 36 saves on the night, her 2nd straight game with that total. Boy, she is the best goalie in the state. So she helps her team hang around, and they reward her. Less than a minute to play, Courtney Walsh scores from a tough angle. She leads the team with 32 points on the year. That forces overtime. Momentum is a funny thing, isn't it? West Fargo on the power play. Walsh, the pass to Elise Strom, a freshman, taps home the game winner. How about that? 2-1 is the final, and West Fargo, the Packers, get a huge win, thanks in large part to the play of their goalie.
Brooklyn's played that way all season, so she goes as she goes, we go right now. She's the backstop, and right now she's done really well, stopping all the extra pucks that we let her see.
Not wanting to let them score, I guess, wanting to win, because I don't know if we've ever beat them, maybe a long time ago, but it feels really good. We're screaming, yelling, hugging each other, playing some pump-up music.
When I first saw it going, it was completely surreal. I didn't really believe it at first. As a freshman, I don't see myself as one of the top of scoring like game-winning goals, but that's a really good feeling to feel.
Now, Bismarck did go home with the win, though. They ended up beating North-South, the EDC leader, the next day on Saturday. So some buzzer beaters, some overtime winners. We had it all in the span of just a few days, Kelly. Can't wait to see what this week brings us. Back to you.
All right, exciting stuff. Thank you so much, Jody. Next on the show, we're back here in South Dakota. Jason and Darrell will recap all the high school sports action from the weekend. Stay tuned.